Have you ever been someone's villain in their story? I mean, what? A villain in someone's story. You could be the hospitality director and be the most nicest, sweetest person, giving person, and you could be someone's villain in their story. So let's back this up real quick. Um, this actually happened to me. I have this whole experience with that. And when I went through like all the steps, like, because my MO is, or what I've always done, is to really just think before I act, um, go through all the things as far as how did I say this tone. As a matter of fact, before I even approach a person, I always think about, what kind of character they are. How should I speak to them with approach? Because everything has a time and a season, you know. So for me, it's like, okay. And I was borderline becoming offended. Like, what? Do they understand that I've given my last? Do they understand that I've given this, I've given that? The sacrifices that I've made? And I don't do it for them, it's all for God. But it's like, come on, you know? But at the end of the day, it's not something like a person that's operating in defiance or disobedience. Because when you're a person of structure, you're going to have those people that's just naturally going to come against what you're trying to do anyway. Because it's a part of their nature. When structure is present, you're going to have that. You're going to have defiance, right? But like, I had to be like, hold on, wait a minute. Let's go through the things again. And then let's just really think about the maturity that it takes to take ownership of being someone's villain in their experience. Because we have to think about it. Church is like a hospital, you know? There's all walks of life that come there. You have CEOs, you have someone who works at Burger King. Um, you know, you have children. You have different walks of life, different maturity levels that go to the ministry. And I was talking to one of my colleagues about this. So I was taking a step back, but it was also a lesson, another level to maturity that comes into play, you know? So let's just think about it. Take a couple of steps back and really just ask yourself, have I really been someone's villain in their story? How would you know? Would they come to you? Would they still operate the same? Or would they give off to you that you have offended them? In my experience, I have been on the other side where someone has been a villain in my story. And I will continue to show up. I will continue to serve. I will just continue doing the same mundane thing, and you will have no clue, because at the end of the day, you're not the reason why I'm there, right? But at the same time, I'm like, okay, God, you saw this. You saw what happened, you know. Before it was like, you saw what happened and I ain't got time for it. Bye, you know. That's me. but that could be someone else too. So I was faced with a younger version of myself. It was the most interesting thing ever, the most lesson to be learned in this thing called life with God, this journey called life with God, you know? So instead of being offended because I'm doing all the things right, I'm following instructions, I'm leading, I'm giving what needs to be given in that moment. But at the same time, it's like, now I got to think about this extra step, you know, which is pretty cool for me because, being in this area of discernment of spirits, you have all kinds of spirits that you come encounter with, you know. It's amazing to me and fascinating to me. So, have you guys ever been someone's villain in their story? Are you confronting it the right way? Are you apologizing? Are you handling it like you should handle it in the eyesight of God, not your sight, not how you should handle it, naming all the things that you could possibly be doing right? How are you handling it? I mean, you can't control, right? Um, everybody's reaction to you, not all the time. But what you can do is always be in the spirit of the Lord. So when those times and check marks come where he pulls on your coattail, it's just an opportunity for you to sharpen yourself in the spirit, for you to sharpen how you do discipleship, for you to sharpen how to show love to your brothers and sisters in Christ. That's all it is. It's not the end of the world, you know. It's not the end of the world for them. It's just an opportunity for unity. It's an opportunity for collaboration. It's an opportunity for the love of Christ to be in the midst of it all. It's just an opportunity. That's all it is. Have a blessed day.